Hi you guys, welcome. Today we'll be talking about modeling with quadratic functions. Okay, so basically with modeling with quadratic functions, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you a method real fast to be able to model it. So let's get some actual points. So let's say I had model a quadratic function with the points 0, 0, comma, let's go 1, 2, and 3, let's go 9. There we go. Okay, so that looks good. Alright, so we're going to model a quadratic function with this. Okay, now what we're going to use is the standard form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And we're going to model this. We're going to actually repeat this information 3 times. Okay, so we're going to write it out 3 times, and we're going to plug in the points for each one differently. So we do Control V, Control V. Okay. All right. So for the first one, I'm going to plug in 0 for x and 0 for y. So I'm going to plug in 0 here, 0 here. Okay, and this is going to be times, and this one's going to be times 0 as well. Okay. So that's all of that. So I've used this point. Check. Okay. Now, for the other ones, I'm going to plug in 1 and 2. So 2 goes into here for y. 1 goes in right here. All right, we do times by 1 here. Okay, and then right here, I'm going to plug in 9 and 3. Okay, and you're probably going, what is Devaney doing? Where is his end game? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 3 equations now, and you guessed it, it is now a system of equations. So on top, I get c equals 0. Okay, the next line, I get, let me see, 2 equals a plus b plus c. Okay, and on the bottom, I get 9 equals 9a plus 3b plus c. Okay, well, I already know c is equal to 0, so these become zeros. So that's pretty simple. Well, guess what? Now I have a system of two variable equations. So 2 equals a plus b. Okay, and 9 equals 9a plus b, or 3b. Oof, jeez, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so I would probably use elimination to get rid of probably the b's first here. Okay, so I'd multiply this top one by -3, so that would get me -6 equals -3a minus 3b. Okay, and so I take this equation, I take that equation, I'm going to subtract it from it. So 9 equals 9a plus 3b. Okay, so when I add these two equations together, I'm going to get 3 equals 6a. Okay, which means that if I divide both sides by 6, I'm going to get 1/2. So 1/2 equals a. Okay, so now I have another value of the variable. All right, and you'll see where I'm going. So I got c is 0, a is 1/2. Okay, now I just need to find b. So I'm going to go back and use this equation. Okay, so 2 equals 1/2 plus b. Okay, so I subtract 1/2 from both sides, and I get 3/2 equals b. Okay, so now I know my points that are going to fit into here. So where do I do with this, all this information? I have a, I have b, and I have c. Well, if you remember, standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, Oops. That's supposed to be not an S, but an actual 2. That might be helpful. Okay, so I'm going to take these numbers and plug them in. So 3/2 goes here, C goes here, and 1/2 goes here. Okay, and so my formula is y equals 1/2 x squared plus 3/2 x. Voila! I have my equation for a parabola that goes through those 3 points. It's as simple as that. You do need 3 points because the idea that you need an A, B, and C, so you need 3 equations to be able to do this. Okay. All right. Now, also another thing is you can use quadratic regression. Just on your calculator, you would go to Stat. Then you would go to Quad. You would enter in your list. So you would do a list 1 for x values and y. Okay, and then you would go to quad regression, and that could do one as well. Okay, so that's another method to be able to do. Now, is it going to be exact? Not exactly, but I mean that's just the regression part of it. Okay, so you have 2 methods you can actually do this. You can use the system of 3 variables right here, and usually if you have the sweet point of 0, 0, it makes your job a whole lot easier in trying to simplify it. Now, if you don't have that sweet point of 0, 0 to be able to simplify C, just understand as long as you got what is basically, and this is going to be kind of cool. This is almost like the you want a y-intercept, and a y-intercept is going to be 0, comma some number. So as long as you have that, you know the value of C. The rest of this problem becomes really easy. Okay. All right. If you guys don't have any questions, well, shoot. You can't ask questions. This isn't live lessons. That's it for today with modeling with quadratic functions. Thank you.